But yes, as I was saying, we are doing an appreciation stream for a character in our game tomorrow. The community chat decided they wanted to do this because everybody's obsessed with this character. They're even more popular than Carol the Barrel now, believe it or not. And if you don't know who Carol the Barrel is, well, you'll have to get to know Carol, because she's like literally she's the iconic character of Raindrop Chronicles. She is iconic. Hello, hi Liza, welcome. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. And thank you for that follow, appreciate it. Well, congrats Kindle, you've inspired me to boost on Tinder. Oh, you use the Tinder leg monk? I've only ever used that once, and then I uninstalled it. Is it? Oh, Kindle Trash's character's amazing. I'm looking forward to when she gets introduced. I'm assuming when we get to a city, it will be the perfect time to introduce Kindle's character, considering she is the owner of a brothel. So that will be exciting. I am also learning game dev to get billionaire as soon as possible. Oh, you're in it for the money, are you, Liza? I say. It's funny. I'm going to actually talk about this now. It's kind of relevant to bring it up. I had someone come in my last stream, asking me about a business model for Raindrop Chronicles. So they seemed a bit perplexed that it was free. I'm not sure. It just came across that way from how it was said, but it's free. This is, I think people sometimes misunderstand what this stream's all about, and I think it would be a bit foolish of me to put some business model on this project when, people are having a lot of fun here, and for what my community is, and it would be a bit sad. I'm not like a huge massive streamer that's gonna alienate my audience by putting some sort of a price tag on contributing ideas. I have a lot of fun doing it, and it's going to totally stay like this for a while. Patreons, etc., all that kind of thing, it's not any time in the reasonable future. Who knows? Maybe it would if say like streams were a bit overwhelming, people were coming up with ideas left, right and centre, and I could keep up, then perhaps, yes, I'd like to do a Patreon or something then. But totally now, I'm having a blast. It's perfect. So many creative ideas were given, and especially last week as well. Pete's had some really awesome ideas, and I always like people to just say. It doesn't mean I'm going to take on the idea, but it's always fun to just say what people have in mind. Oh really, what happened this one time you used it, which led to thinking, yeah, but no. My characters are so fun. They are, kindled. She's awesome. You went all the way with that character sheet. I like it. Very thoughtful of you. Well, it's like, I have nothing against creators that want to, creators that monetize their content. They're my heroes. That is I admire that. I think everybody, it's the ideal life, isn't it, to be able to work for yourself from a creative hobby, something you're passionate about. I totally get that. I mean, I want that. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to do that if I could. If I made this my job, Raindrop Chronicles, that would be amazing. But let's be realistic here. So yeah, it's just not at that stage at all, the project. Yeah, it's staying like this for now. No money. No one has to pay to submit ideas or or even play the game or anything like that. But I was going to know something else as well. Yeah, it's this stream. It's just a massive geek out. It's just a geeky pastime. Really, that's what it is. And it's a place for us all to hang out and just have fun, have a blast. Hi Serial, welcome. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good look at those cute emotes. Is that? Let's have a look. I want to have a closer look. That's a Tombury emote, isn't it? Beautiful. I have Final Fantasy themed bit badges, so I appreciate it. It is. I will ask you for help if I'm facing any troubles in learning game dev and have to get a billion. Oh, don't you? 50 million. Wow, I like your confidence, Liza, I have to say. I mean, absolutely nothing wrong with a bit of ambition for sure. And yeah, I mean, totally creative people should aim to make an income from their dreams. It's an admirable thing. And the only thing that's questionable to me is when people put earning money and money over like passion. Like so many, like it's like the gaming industry's turning into some sort of like soulless, like there's no passion for a lot of people. They just do it to have money, and that's a shame. Like in the 90s and stuff, when I was a kid, people seemed to do it for the right reasons, make games, and that was like lovely. But it slowly turned into this money making industry, and that's all I'm a bit skeptical about. I think passion should come first and money second, more than anything, for sure. Mrs. Blue Screen, hi Rose, hi Juice, how are you doing today? Yeah, we're blue screened again. But it's fine now. I'm a bit worried that it'll be like that again. I'm gonna try and fix the problem if I can. But anyway, I'm gonna read what chat have said. And hi Takara, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Back to my wonderful girlfriend. We met on a dating site and talked a little, but then didn't message each other for a month. Then one day I just messaged everyone I matched with and we clicked instantly. We've been talking every day for the past 3 weeks and did a few online dates the past weekend. That's lovely, Kindle. That sounds like you've met someone very special and I'm very pleased for you. We were going to meet up yesterday, but the weather's too bad, so we spent the whole day and night in video chat. That's so cute. That's adorable. That's so adorable. I'm definitely a bit of a sappy one. I really like the sappiness. I'm not one of these people that are like, get a room. I don't get that. I think it's cute. A geek out will speak for yourself. Legmog himself is really cool. Wait a second, looks in mirror. Oh god, I'm a nerd. Exactly, Legmog. Nerds. This is the place for nerds. If you like RPGs, role-playing games, telling stories, fantasy, science fiction, D&D, all the nerdy stuff is a perfect place for you because, it's a stream to share ideas and build a story together. It's more than just about making a game. It's a whole experience. Anyway, so what exactly is your channel about? Do you play games, art, etc.? Well, I'm trying my best to kind of describe it, I guess, now, like the last, since I've gone live and shown my face. I guess I'm talking about it now, like it's a very unique, it's a unique channel what I've got here. There's not really anything else on Twitch like it, and I think some people might, not get it, and that's fine, like, but some people have got it. Like there's dozens of people that come to my streams every week who totally get it. They get what it's all about, and that's fantastic. It makes me happy. So knowing people get it makes me just feel very excited to carry on and keep doing this. And really, how would we sum up what got people that are in chat now who have been in the streams a while, like? What do you feel this channel is and what we do with Raindrop Chronicles and RPG Maker? I'm interested from you chat's perspective what they think it is. Like, I know for me what it is, and I've been rambling on about. I always ramble on about it, but I'm also intrigued to see what I can't get my words out. See what chat think it is. Gotta go, but might be back later. Have fun though. Take care, Bell Sandwich. It's lovely to see you. Have a fantastic day. Money is my passion and coding is my way. I love coding too. Say, I don't see myself as a specialist in any game dev area. I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. I can kind of fall into all the categories and dabble in each of them, but I'm no specialist in each, if you get what I mean. And I think being able to like dabble in each will help me be able to at least put a game together. And obviously, just to make things clear, especially if this isn't created from scratch by me. Most of the game is free resources taken from the internet. Assets, sound, code, scripts, all of it. But I'm just like building it. I'm doing the design, the concept, the storyline, you know, the way the game is built and is played and everything like that. I'm building the thing. And it's like because it's for fast paced, you know, we don't want to take 20 years. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. We don't want to take a decade to make an RPG, you know. We want to get it out at a reasonable speed because people get excited, you know. They want to see something now. They want something playable now. And just the whole way this works, this concept, this idea, this channel, it's not about creating something from scratch. It's not about it's about just having fun. And like D&D, I'm literally quite inspired by D&D. I see this as like a pastime like D&D, except it's obviously not tabletop or anything like that. It's just a game and talking and improvising a story together in a similar way. And yeah, it doesn't. No one else does it apart from me at the moment. And anyway, you're welcome for the host. Oh, have I had something? What have I had? I have a host. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I totally get it. What are we doing again? Just take this as a very nice chill stream. You know, a little break from games to have something new to watch. That's awesome, Juice. Something new. That is definitely my stream. I enjoy watching your channel because I'm trying to learn the software of how to make a game, and it's fun to contribute. Thank you, Van. Yeah, I think people like to say, oh, this will be cool, this is a cool idea, and then if it gets put into the game, I suppose that's a really awesome feeling for sure. Thank you, Cyril, for the follow. I appreciate that. Can you name any three England cricket players? I cannot bloody name anything to do with sport. I have zero clue. I am not a sporty person. It was my least favourite subject at school. So yeah, I'm a big old nerd, me. You won't catch me playing any sports. Just sit on my computer being a massive couch potato and just nerding out basically. So unfortunately, no, I can't. But anyway, we've been rambling a bit, so it'll be cool to get started soon and actually get some stuff done. I feel like I had something else to say, but I forgot. My mind goes blank a lot. Oh yeah, that was it, Van. I remember we were talking about like boomers and all the gens last stream, and I realised that I got Gen X and Gen Z totally mixed up. So when you said you were like Gen X, I thought you meant like a baby. I thought you was like a baby in chat. And I was like, holy crap. But really, you're what's in between a boomer. You're in between the boomer and the millennials. That's what it is. I know now. Anyway, let's do the thing. I will change screen. Indeed. Okay, so we kind of finished our enemies. The last several streams we've been working on skills, both for players and enemies. I mean, we've got two documents open here. This is a big massive one for our player characters. The goal is to decide the first 4 skills for Warrior, Hunter and Vampire. We're not doing any of these classes here in this list yet. We're just focusing on the first 3 because, you know, do a bit of time, right? And Warrior, Hunter and Vampire are our first 3. And so we're building the skill trees slowly for each of those 3. And so first 4 skills in each of the skill trees, that is what we're going to really be focusing on, because we're on the first dungeon at the moment. We've just kind of finished the mapping for it. We've finished the first main quest, dialogue and cutscene. So we kind of just want to get the skills that we'll be learning in that area completed, and once we move to the second dungeon and the third, etc., we'll slowly add to that skill tree. We'll keep adding on the levels as we go, doing it a bit at a time. And when we get a new class introduced, whenever someone new joins the party, we'll like obviously start their skill tree too. And we probably will do a rough idea of a complete skill tree, just so we don't get caught by surprise, and so we have a plan. But mostly we will be doing it bit by bit as we move through the dungeons in the game. I love D&D, and yeah, this project is similar to that. I'd say it's a fun community driven game built from the ground up around community feedback and choices. Yeah, I think a community sums it up perfectly. It's all about community, and it's not about, because like, you know, some people might think, oh, she's making a game, she must be doing everything herself. But no, if I was going to do everything myself, all the assets, all the code, all the sound, I wouldn't do a community game. I just make a game for me and I put it on Steam and, you know, put a price tag on it. After all that effort, of course I bloody would. But this is not that kind of project. This is a communal, fun pastime, and you know, we don't want to take 10 years to create assets. Nobody's going to have that patience. No one wants to sit there and watch me create the Everbloom Forest for like 2 years. We got the Everbloom Forest done in a couple of months because, you know, we've already had it there for us. So all I had to do is the level design, which also is pretty. You know, you got to have a bit of know how to do level design. You can't just have any sort of crappy mapping. A bit of thought has to go behind it, and I'm pretty happy with what I did for my first dungeon. And yeah, I'm really excited to do the next one. Hi Neffel, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Gen X is the smaller generation that watches from the middle, while the two larger generations argue on either side. Yeah, that's a nice, I think Gen X seem like very nice people. A lot of my heroes fall in the Gen X generation. Hi Kung, how you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. How was your weekend, guys? Got to admit, your channel is pretty fascinating. Oh, thank you so much. That is absolutely lovely. And I'm very confident about what I'm doing here and my idea. I have a lot of belief in it. And I'm very sure a lot of people are going to enjoy it and have fun. Obviously, it was very daunting at first, don't get me wrong. When I first started doing this, I was like, will people get it? Well, will it click? And it was a risk because I stopped gaming. I stopped streaming video games to do this. And I think I made the right decision 100%. So lots of people are enjoying it. So that's really awesome. I bet. Yay. Well, welcome to the stream. Seeing the new faces, new peoples around makes me happy. And totally feel free to chat and get involved. And I mean, we've had like a bunch of new people just the last month alone. And I feel like I've got to know them pretty fast, to be quite honest, because the nature of this kind of project, you can easily like get to know people from doing something like this too. So that's another plus. It's a good bonding thing. So which game was the last one you streamed? I think it was Dark Souls 1, I think, if memory serves me correctly, although I did casually play a bit of The Sims 4 as well on the side. But I was a variety streamer. I just played whatever game took my fancy, mainly focused on RPGs though. I mean, don't get me wrong, I met a lot of great people from variety streaming, and I don't have any regrets about doing it, but my passion went in another direction. I prefer playing games off stream now because I like to concentrate. I like to take in the story, and sometimes when you stream, my focus drifted and I realised I didn't have a clue what was going on in the game. The very story-driven ones, that is. So what are we doing today? Oh, well, let's talk about it then. So I've just been rambling on about the player skills and how we plan to do the skill trees. We've done the enemy skills, which is really awesome. It's a good thing out the way. I spent the weekend finishing the skills that we hadn't done, which included some of the deer's skills and the trees. Protective pancake shield, I've renamed it to protective pancake, because I don't know if you agree, guys, but it's shorter, it's snappier. It means the same thing, basically. It doesn't get rid of the meaning from removing shield. And it also makes it a bit more versatile. Like we said, we're going to have a rare drop from the tree that drops the pancake as a sort, and it was originally going to be a shield, but we thought only the one class, the knight, can use a shield, and he's not even in the party yet, so it felt like we was limiting ourselves. But this way, if we just call it protected pancake, it can actually be an accessory. It doesn't need to be a shield, it can be anything. It can be some sort of barrier that like protects the player. There's more flexibility with this accessory, and it's exciting. It was a cool idea. And so protective pancake's the only one I haven't really worked on because I'm not sure about the mechanic yet, but I feel that's something we can slowly build upon as we do the battle tests, and we can probably think, it will work well like this. So we'll probably be doing a bit of battle test today to see how all these skills work, but most of all, because we've got the skills done now, we also need to balance them, make sure they're working properly. And then really the next thing after that is making the battles look really flashy and awesome. So that includes doing some actions, which in Final Fantasy VII, for example, Tifa, when she had a limit break, she'd like go in all sorts of positions. It wasn't just a straight out run up to an enemy and strike and then back to your spot. Everything was pretty, they did like lots of fancy animations, so we're going to try and do that with our skills as well. And the enemies, if they look okay doing the actions, but we'll experiment. We'll see how some of the actions look. Also, we'll add animations to those actions. I found a really good resource for battle animations, and there's some really cool ones. And so we'll add animations that are appropriate to the skill, and sound effects as well that match up with them. So it's all about just making the battle system more exciting and more flashy than what it is at the moment, because it's very standard at the moment. Just run up to the enemy, strike them, back, and the animations are very generic, and there's not even, the sound effects don't match up either currently. So that will be a really cool thing to do. And also I want to have a look at the skill tree plugin. We'll have a little see at how that works. We're not probably going to spend too much time looking at that, but I do want to have a little look. And I want to start building that skill tree, getting all them branched out so we can add the player skills to them and stuff. And we still don't know some of the player skills that are going to be the first 4 skills, but we can at least make a start because we have the warriors. The warriors 4 are basically decided, so we can start them first, and then maybe we'll come up with the ideas for hunter and vampire after them. Had a totally relaxing weekend at the spa. My fingers were constantly... Oh, really? That's lovely. That's nice. You deserve to spoil yourself, Kung. I miss the skill Sticky Fingers. That's a club in Sweden, is it? That's amazing. I love Sticky Fingers. I love that we've got the humour with our little project. I love to see the humour coming in. We've slowly took it a little bit more seriously the longer we're doing it, which I think is natural because we're getting slowly more and more passionate about the project. It was definitely more silly in our earlier streams because that's when Carol the Barrel was invented and all the really wacky things. But just like this alone, seeing things like Sticky Fingers and the protected pancake, it's all very silly, and I like that. Very, very silly abilities. Stumpy, this little guy here, we're having a Stumpy Street Appreciation stream tomorrow. It's stream 60, and I've kind of got an idea that every special stream that ends in a 0 will be an appreciation for a character in the game, but a current character in the game, if you know what I mean, one that's relevant to where we are and what what we're doing. So Stumpy, for example, is very relevant to have an appreciation stream for, because we've been working on him, thinking of his skills and stuff, and everybody thinks he's super cute and stuff. So definitely, I think that'll be a cool idea. And slowly over time, maybe your character will have an appreciation stream at you guys in chat. Who knows when the time comes. Hey Rose, how was your weekend? And are you all right? I'm doing good, Rod. I'm doing, apart from blue screen today, which I had about an hour before I started stream, I'm doing absolutely fabulously. The blue screen isn't going to get me down, that's for sure. Okay, so. Oh, and one other thing, I'm actually gonna talk about it. Oh, where is it? There we go. I was on the RPG Maker forums this weekend. Really, really cool place, by the way. A lot of supportive, kind people that help out. And I'm a member on this forum. I'm not active on it much, but I've kind of started trying to become a bit more active on the forum. And I posted a post because there's a bug. It's to do with the battle system, and I'm going to just quickly explain it. And I'm hoping someone on the forums will answer me. I had like somebody try and help, but we haven't solved it yet. What it is, it's just a spacing issue, basically. When Rose is in the party, which you can see on this screenshot, because I edited the battles over the weekend to see how it looked, because she's now in the party, yay! The boxes kind of really far apart, and I think it'd look better if they were like next to each other with just a small gap in between. And then when there's 3 party members and 4 etc. more get added, they're all pretty close together. It doesn't look absolutely horrendous or anything, but I just think it would be better. Slightly better visually if they were close together. So I'm basically just asking the forum that, really. Here I'm doing some self-promo. I blinked the Twitter on there and I put Rose as my avatar. So at the moment we haven't sorted that out, but fingers crossed we'll get a solution for it. Oh my goodness, it's Finch Fish. How are you doing? Oh my god, it's so lovely to see you, Finch. How have you been? Oh yes, Finch is here. Finch is a character in the game, so I have to do something. Finch, you might have noticed on the side we have our little characters walking across, and you're one of them. So we need to get yours set up. I can't remember the command. I think it's ! Oh, right. I'm going to have to get the documentation up of this because I've actually forgot. Give me a moment. RPG Maker. No, not RPG Maker, damn it. Master Emerald, thank you so much for the 4 months with the Twitch Prime. That is so kind of you. Can we have some hype in chat for Master Emerald, please? How are you doing, Master Emerald? Have you started your NaNoWriMo? How are you doing? Okay, so Stream Avatars, that's the name of the app. And I'm just looking for the documentation for Finch Fish's character now. Because every time somebody who's a character in the game comes into the stream, we need to set it up so that their actual character can walk across. Bot commands, that's it. So it's ! Change avatar, is it? It's good. Why can I never find it when I'm looking? I'll get it in a sec. So here it is. Here's the stream avatars documentation. I keep forgetting my character. You're the herbalist, and she's got like turquoise hair, and she's absolutely beautiful. She'll be a really interesting member to have in the party. I think herbalist is a really unique kind of class, and we'll get really, because we're doing skill trees for all our playable characters, and here you are, Finch Fish. Your name is right here on this big sheet we've got. Finch Fish, herbalist. So you're a confirmed character, and then we've got all these unconfirmed classes here too. So yeah, we kind of slowly building the skill trees for the ones that are currently in the game, which, you know, is only me at the moment and the custom hero. But slowly over time, there'll be people. People will get added to the game at the right time, and that'll be super fun. I was ill last week, so things didn't get done, but I've at least started. Oh my goodness. Well, best of luck, Master Emerald, and if you ever do want to share your stuff, we got the Discord creative channel, so totally feel free to. And thank you for the hype as well, guys, for Master Emerald sub. Wow, this looks complicated. It is easy than it looks. You have to be hella organised, I'll tell you that. I've had a lot of people say I'm super organised, which isn't very nice. I like to think that. But yeah, things could easily get chaotic, or if you don't like plan. But it's like, you know, making a game's not an easy thing for sure. That's it. That's one reason why, as I was talking about earlier, I'm not doing my own resources, because it's blooming complex enough as it is building the thing. Never mind doing all the code and art and sound and music from scratch. It would be one hell of a job. Looks like you've done a lot of work. Yeah, we've come a long way. I mean, let's just get RPG Maker. Let's give you a little peek at what we've been doing. So we have Lakefall. This was the first 10 streams. We literally just rambled on about this little village and some ideas for what the NPCs could be like. But then we started making the forest, which is outside, and we've done 6 maps for it, and we've started like the first quest and cutscenes and dialogue that take place here. We've done some UI stuff, mini maps. And we've basically been focusing on skills now, enemy skills and player skills, for the last several streams probably. And then once that's done, we can do the first boss and probably think about side quests and things. But this area at the moment, I've just got a bunch of enemies in a row here. This is just for test purposes, because we'll be doing a test play in a bit. And it's just a lot easier to have all the enemies there in a row, so I can test the battles in the forest one by one. But obviously they're a lot more spread out on the maps in reality. You can see them here. That's the events for the enemies. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I'm totally having a massive blast doing this. Remember this little village? Yay! Game too hard. Yeah, and I mean, you got to have the determination, or yeah, people could easily give up. But this is like, I live and breathe this. So, but we are going to be releasing it episodically. So I feel like doing it episodically takes a lot of pressure off me, because thinking of it as a full game is extremely overwhelming. Like, the end would be impossible to see in sight, and you'd be like, oh my goodness, and it gets so stressful. But having it episodically, having it released as episodes, it feels a lot more manageable like that. And I think I'm really happy that I made that decision. That's awesome. You should definitely be proud of all the work. It looks great. Thank you, Finchfish. How are things getting on with you anyway? How is your art treating you? I feel like it's been absolutely forever since I've seen your face, and I've missed you tons. It's lovely to see you here. But let's get that avatar of Finchfish in here still. So I'm looking for the commands at the moment for stream avatars, and it's one of these. Maybe. Do you ever, like, you're trying to find something and you just can't? And usually this command is so easy to find. FAQ, maybe it's there. There it is. I've got it. Exclamation mark change viewer name, exclamation mark avatar little walker. So what I have to do is just put Finchfish's name, and your little character's going to be there in a minute. Amazing. I'm excited. I think the sale is still on Steam for RPG Maker. I'm not 100% sure though, so don't count on it. Don't get your hopes up, chat. But have a peek at Steam. If it's not, if the sale's finished now, it'll probably be back for Christmas, or Black Friday maybe, whenever the next Steam sale is. So change Finchfish avatar. There you are. Finchfish is there now. How cute is she? She's a fairy. I love her wings. Been a long time. I'm good now. Been a bit up and down the past few months, but much better now. Still in a bit of an art slump now, being busy with work, but I haven't done much personal art, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm finding other ways to be creative, so that's nice. That's lovely, Finch. I'm glad things are looking up. I was like in a bit of a weird in the summer. I kind of stopped streaming regularly in the summer because I was getting overwhelmed and a lot of life stuff was happening and other things, but since September, I mean the last couple of months, September, October, and things have been really exciting, and I feel like super motivated and excited. I love it. Yay, it's so cute. So all these guys here, they're all characters that are currently in the game. I have them all here in the Discord. There's a big old list of them, and you can see their character sheets as well if you look. How many do we have currently? 6, 8, 16 I think now, if I've counted correctly. And yeah, if you get 500 raindrops in chat, you get to fill in a form to be one. And yeah, there's going to be a website before the end of the year, and there's going to be a section for the characters on the website too, so it'll be a lot easier for people to see and for everything to be shown off, and that will be awesome. I'm very excited to get that made. I feel like I get overwhelmed frequently. Yeah, it's very easy too. I think the way I've learned to handle it is just like, it's really difficult. I say just have time to have a break from it all. Have a few days to just not do any work and just separate from everything. And I found that can help me when I've done that, and then I come back ready for it again. So, yeah. Yay. Oh, we have something in the Discord. Welcome to the Discord, Cyril. It's good to have you here. And if anybody wants to join, feel free to. We're very lovely. And yeah, we got a skill discussion channel, and we got a dialogue discussion channel recently too. So that's where we chat about stuffs. And okay, so what are we going to do? What's the first task of our day going to be? Okay, because we have a few things, and it's just what I want to do first really. So we can have a look at the skill tree plugin, we can do the battle testing. Those are really the two things, so let's do a test play now actually. So we'll open it up, the game, and I'll switch to another screen for this, and I'm going to just hide our little characters while we do the test play. Oh, I'm a thirsty one, so I've got my water bottle as well. So we're doing a muted test play. Most of the time, if there's a stream with a lot of test plays, I will just mute the sound in the game so it doesn't clash with the background music we've got. But there will be times we do sound test plays too, when we would want to do a proper test of everything. And because we're going to be working on battle sounds at some point, that will be important to turn the sound on then. And one thing I do have to do is sort out the UI on and off triggers as well. So that's something I have to do soon. The options menu's a little bit of a mess at the moment. Kermit, how's it going? It's so good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing better, Kermit. Oh, here we go. Look at all our test plays. So this one, file 2, I think is the one we're currently using. So what I've actually done is I've got 2 chests here. They're not obviously going to be in the real game. This is all test play layout. so we can test everything properly. But this first chest gives me an axe, which is important. That's going to increase our attack by 12. So I had to redo the enemies and make them a bit stronger because I was killing them in one hit with this axe. And this chest here makes Rose join the party. So in reality, she doesn't join our party until a few screens away after a cutscene, but there's no way I'm going to go through all that. It'll take too long. So I've just like literally done this just to make things quicker. And skill tree. So basically, I mean, it's not done yet. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, and it's very basic, but this is just an example of how it's gonna look. You've got boxes here, you click on the box and you've got an unlock option. This icon here is the class points icon, but we will change that because this one's the default and I'm not a fan of it. So we'll get a better icon for sure. And I've given myself 1,000 class points. And if you unlock the skill, you get a really cool animation, and it makes the box look differently. And the plugin's really cool because it lets you like edit it a lot, like add your own images in the background and your own animations. And even this background here, with the pop-up, you can add a unique image for that. So we could give all the skills their own unique image eventually, if we want to really show off and have something looking appealing. And it just gives, like, that's the title of the skill. It'll give the description of the skill, and it'll just say, yeah, do you want to unlock it? And it'll just work very similar to how our flow diagram looks on this screen here, as you can see. I mean, this one is vertical. So it looks, this one here is actually horizontal, and I'm not sure if the plugin allows you to do it vertically, but if it doesn't, it's fine because it's the same thing horizontal anyway. In fact, I think the horizontal might be better, so I'm totally fine keeping it this way. And we'll eventually get that skill tree in the positions that it should be in and set up like we have it on this diagram here. And we have the 3 builds. Every class is kind of having 3 builds that you can go under, so that's exciting too. I'm super excited, oh my goodness. Okay, so Rose's skill tree isn't set up at the moment. She's the vampire, so yeah, I haven't set that one up yet, and we kind of haven't added this. We just got template skills, warrior skill 1 and 2, and so we will have to add the proper skills in eventually, and that's going to be a goal for this week, getting those skills put in. And currently we're testing him as the warrior, but he can also be a hunter because you get the choice if you want to make a custom hero, either a warrior or a hunter. So we'll have to do another save game with him or her as a hunter and test that skill tree too when we add the skills for that. All better it went when we're still friends. That's really nice, Kermit. Honestly, that is really sweet, because in a lot of situations when that happens, the people don't talk to each other again. So the fact that you guys are still friends is very lovely. I'm happy for you, Kermit. Can't wait to play it on stream when it's all done. Oh my goodness, you're going to play it on stream? Oh my goodness, Finchfish, you are the sweetest bean. Anybody, honestly, if anybody plays this on stream, I will scream. Scream, I will. In excitement. I mean, I'm just excited, I really am. So, because it's going to be released episodically as well, there's going to be something playable out a lot sooner than if you had to wait for a full game. Like, if we was waiting for a full game, you'd potentially be waiting until 2025. You know, because this is an RPG. RPGs aren't short. They're epic adventures. But with it being episodic, we kind of have planned episode 1, 2020 first, sort of mid-2020, sometime either in the spring or the summer at the moment is an aim for the release of episode 1. So it's really exciting to think that potentially in the next 6 months people could be playing this game. What the hell, even? Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's a great idea. Yeah, like every episode will like kind of have a timeline of between 6 months and a year of development probably, and so much more like takes the whole overwhelming feeling off me then, because 5 years, it feels like an epic crazy goal when you think of it as a 5-year project, but doing it in bits, it's just manageable, and you know, it's a lot, takes the weight off your shoulders a bit. So yeah, so one goal is the skill trees, and we've got all our enemies here. There were a mess on the last stream. I just had them all walking around and it was chaotic, so I've put them all in a straight line now. And we have 2 bee encounters, and that's because they're different. One is with the bees on their own, and the other is with a flower added. So those 2 battles are different. So we're gonna basically test each of these, get them balanced properly, do some battle actions and skill animations and sound effects and stuff, and just finish them off and make them awesome. Yeah, so if we have a look at a toxic plant, and as I was saying earlier, I'm not a fan of how separated these boxes are with Rose and Jesus. I want them to be closer together and centered. That's kind of the vision I have, and I have gone on the forums to try and ask if anybody knows how to do this, because it's a bit, I think I need to know some JavaScript to pull it off to how I want it to look, and I'm not, you know, I'm no pro in code at all, so I need a bit of extra help there. So I'm going to be bumping this thread if no one answers. But yeah, at the moment we'll just have to manage with how it is, I guess. So here we're on the battle. What I'm probably going to do is do a sound playthrough. I'm going to turn the sound on in the game and turn our background music off, because I want to mess around with sound effects a bit as well today. Go on freesound.org and get some appropriate sounds, but also animations. One thing I've done with Jesus as well, you'll see him with his axe now in battle, he'll get it off. Oh, and yeah, I was messing about with the actions animations, so he's jumping a bit manically at the moment. I'll have to pick an appropriate attack animation for him. But he does get his axe out in battle. But one thing I really do want to do is have him have his axe all the time. That would be really cool if he's standing here with his axe. And same with all the other characters with their weapons. So I'm trying to think how to pull that off right now. I'll open Photoshop and show you what I was trying to do. So this is Jesus's battle sheet, and this is going to be a hell of a job. I'm going to tell you this now, because there are a bazillion custom character looks. Well, not a bazillion, I'm exaggerating, but there's hundreds of potential ways the custom hero can look, and this is just one of 100. This one here that I've got open now, this is the one I'm using for Jesus. And hi Storm Eagle, how are you doing? Oh my goodness, that Jesus emote is brilliant. I love it. Jeez, that's awesome. How are you doing, Storm? Are you having a good day? So what I was doing, I did this. I basically got the axe and I've put it in his hands. But the problem is the sprite sheet has to be a certain size, and I have doubled the sprite sheet to what it is originally, so it is twice the size. But I'm not sure if the actual sort of ratio can be changed, but it'll need to be, because otherwise his axe is going to be chopped off in battle. And also there'll probably be a little bit of of the axe showing as well from the one next to it. So these clearly need spreading out more. It needs to be made longer. And I'd obviously edit it so his hand's there. And I was thinking of doing that, like, just to make things look better. It's going to be a lot of work because it would mean I have to do it for all the custom hero assets. But I feel it's worth it, and the fact that I created them in the first place means that it's okay. I'm clearly a very patient person to have done all those assets in the first place, but it's not too hard because all that will be involved would be, it'd be all on one layer. All the axe would fall nicely on top of all the sprites, all the battle sprites, and I just have to copy that layer on each of them and save it. So really it's just knowing how to resize this how it should be, because it might mess it up if I just randomly enlarge the canvas. I think it has to be a certain way. So for now I'm going to just leave that to the side, but it is something I want to do. And the hunter, obviously the hunter assets will have the bow and arrow in their hand. That would be super cool. And it's just for just extra detail, and because I'm not sure I'm fond of him only getting his weapon out when he attacks. I like the thought of him holding it all the time in battle. So back to RPG Maker. So we're going to do some more battle testing, but we won't have Rose join the party for now because she's not balanced properly, and Rose isn't there when we fight the first few enemies. So we'll just have Jesus for now, and we'll do the toxic plant, the mushroom, the flower and the bees. But I also do want to show you the deer's retribution skill I did over the weekend, and we'll have a look at the big tree dude as well, who is Stumpy's daddy. So okay, so let's escape. Also, escaping is a pain in the butt. Sometimes it fails, and I personally get frustrated when you can't run away from battle. I've very seriously considered having players always be able to escape, no matter what, because it is a very frustrating mechanic, in my opinion. Don't know if you guys agree, but it's an interesting thing to talk about. Back with cough medicine. I hope that your cough gets better, kindled. Talking so much yesterday. Oh no, just have lots of fluids and cough sweets and stuff, and hopefully you'll be back to normal in no times. I hate that you can't run away from battles when it's not justified. So Juicy agrees with me. It's a frustrating mechanic, and I was getting frustrated yesterday just testing battles because 5 times in a row it wouldn't let me escape from the battle. I was like, holy crap, stop it, let me escape. And so it's really made me think of disabling that. I want, if people click on escape, I want to always let them escape. So what if that makes it easier? It's less frustrating, in my opinion. Nobody wants to escape and be told that they can't escape. Okay, so he's got his axe. And we'll test up toxic plant first. Yeah, we're going to change that current action where he jumps in the air. I'm going to have a play around, because him just walking up and attacking is fine, but it would be nice if they were generally more fancy. But to be honest, that would probably be for special attacks or special skills where he does the fancy. So, oh, sorry guys, I'm rambling on. You can't even see what I'm talking about. Here we go. But I am going to mute our music. So we've got Final Fantasy on in the background at the moment, so I'm going to just pause that. Because I want to do some sound. I want sound to work on sounds and animations for each of our 7 enemies. We need to be able to hear. But I'm going to do it so the music's not on now, because it might distract us from the true sounds. So we'll just have a sound only. So it's BGS and SE, isn't it? Or is it just SE? Ah, it's fine. I don't believe that's in the battle anyway. So let me know if you can hear it okay, if it's loud enough for you. Or if it's too loud. Hopefully it isn't. Gonna head off too. Hopefully have a good evening and rest, everyone. Take care, Rod. Have an awesome day. And thanks for stopping by. Rose, you're using your Yanfly Cool Battle plugin currently? I am. I downloaded a couple of other Yanfly plugins over the weekend. I'm now a Patreon. And yeah, the action sequence plugins are really cool. I even went on this thread. Let me go on there now. I have it up, tabbed open actually. Here. The pre-made Yanflies. Hang on, let me get it up. Pre-made Yanfly sequence shown and discussions, and there's literally 90 pages of this. And they're letting people use it for free with credits, so we'll see if there's some really cool, nice ones that we can use for any skills. John Me, thank you for the follow. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the stream. Also, escaping is nice if you're going back through an old area when you're over leveled and don't want to get stopped all the time. Yeah, of course. And one good thing about Raindrop Chronicles is that we have on-map encounters rather than random encounters, so the player gets that choice anyway to walk past the enemy. Sometimes you can accidentally walk into them though, and sometimes if that happens, if you walk into them, at least you can escape and it doesn't stop you. But on-map encounters are a bit less frustrating than the battle encounter. I mean, random encounters at least. Okay, so back to the test play. Have I equipped the axe? I don't think I have I? And the menu sound, I'm not sure I love it, so that might get changed eventually. It's still all the default sounds for the UI and menus. But we'll slowly add to our own icons and own sounds over time. Definitely before episode 1's release. So we got no music. I've muted the in-game music. We're just going to have sounds so we can test them. So Vicious Chomp, the sound effect isn't too bad, but I think it'll be really awesome if we can get as close as possible to the sound we need. And I don't know if the axe attack is making the correct sound either, because I found a really cool Yanfly plugin which is called, I can't remember the actual title of it, but it was basically called, what it basically does is it makes a sound based on the enemy, what they are. So if it's a plant, you get the option to have a squidgy sound. You can pick different sounds for each of the enemies basically. Then if you've got an armoured enemy, it's metal, or the sound of metal plate or whatever it is. And same for a rock, you'll have a rocky sound for rock, and whatever it is we can change the sound, and it'll just add a bit of realism. This battle screen, by the way, is going to have more flowers on it eventually, because I want to make it look like the Everbloom Forest as much as possible. And so he uses 2 other attacks which we haven't seen yet, because they only start once there's one on the field. So he'll use Leave Me Alone now. Oh, okay, so he's used a Dominable Spit first. That's unusual. How has that not worked? Okay, so he's used Leave Me Alone now, but he was meant to use it straight away when the other enemy dies. So there's a tiny little bug there. And he should use abominable spit after. Leave me alone. So we have 3 skills to do animations for and sounds for. Yeah, each of them have 3 skills. So we gotta get creative now. Make the battles look better. And even like the poison state, I probably want to change the look of that eventually as well. Although it's not too bad, but it's the default. Right, so there's something I want to do. So currently I've got this really complicated action for attack. As you could see, he was like jumping in the air and everything. It was really like flashy. It was okay. It wasn't a bad one. It was probably a bit manic and fast, but it was quite fancy. But I'm going to put it back to the default one, which it was before, which is literally just move in front of the target. This one is. And I think that's fine for a normal attack to have that one. But when we like have some really cool, unique skills in the future, we can definitely make the actions more fancy for them. But yeah, so we can work on making the enemy skills fancy though. And we have animations here, and here we go, I'll have a look. So Vicious Chomp is currently, I mean, I'm gonna go, yeah, am I on the big screen? Yeah, we'll go on the big screen so you can see things better. Can you make that the player gets a slithy greenish tint, then they are poisoned, as that would be kind of neat. Yeah, we should, today I really love it, guys, if you mention ideas for cool animations and what could work well. Even like the actions that we can put in the note tags. Even if you have any ideas for them, like the movement of the player while they're doing the skill or the enemy. Totally say for sure. But I'm going to write notes down so I remember, and in case they disappear from chat. So, but that would be sounds like it would be a cool effect. Yeah, slightly typo. It's okay. So. Vicious Chomps. I'm going to just do things in order at the moment, just so but we don't necessarily have to do things in order. If we wanted a protective pancake now, we can if we want already. I kind of want to save Stumpy for tomorrow, because it's Stumpy's appreciation stream tomorrow. So we can actually work on Stumpy's animations and sound effects tomorrow, because it's his stream. It feels appropriate. But we'll work on all the other enemies today. Having visual tells for buffs and debuffs is always really nice. That way you know something worked. I agree, Kindle, because otherwise you don't know what the hell's going on and it can be a bit confusing. So I agree, when you know estates, having that visual indication for sure. So I'm in agreement with Storm to probably have a sort of poison. Because it's quite subtle at the moment. You've just got the bubbles above the head, and we can definitely make it more fancy than that. Forgot to say this, but I think this will help you with the battler animation. The battler sheets consists of 64 by 64 pixel blocks. So width. Oh, okay. So let me just quickly get that up so we can talk about that. So as you know, I was planning on getting the weapon put as an overlay on a layer above the sprite sheet, and do that for each of the characters and all the custom heroes. It'll take a while, big time soon to do that, but it'll be worth it. I've got to resize the battlers anyway for all the custom heroes, because it's currently 200% from the original. It's doubled, so I have to resize them anyway, so I might as well. It wouldn't hurt to just put an extra layer of the axe on top or the bow and arrow. But really, I wanted to that, and it's just finding out the right one. So you say it's 64 by 64. So okay, I'll have a note of that, and I wanna try and find out what I need to change it to. if I want to make it wider, if that's even possible. I really hope it is, because I think it'd be a really cool effect, just a cool addition to have them weapons visible in battle at all times, for sure. So if you want to fix the action you need to make, oh okay, thank you very much, Storm. I'm gonna copy and paste both of those messages, and then I'm gonna, I mean, we can always have a play around this stream or tomorrow's stream, but I can also do it off stream too. We'll see how things go. So back to, but thank you very much. I've got that in my notepad file now. Right, so at the moment I've got this teeth animation. When I play, if you can see it, it seems to go by really fast and you don't even notice. So part of me wonders whether we should make it bigger. Even if we can, I don't know if, can we make it bigger? Maybe, we might need to like edit the actual animation image to do that, maybe, if we want to. But let me just get an extra space and I'll show you the images we had. I'm going to have to go on the other screen for this. So there's so many. I've got loads of animations now. The ones with the transparent background are the defaults, and the ones with the black backgrounds are the new ones that I found online. And all that, it does come out transparent, so even though there is a background, so it's fine. But there's so many I found, and I've got the list of the artists so that they can get full credit for these. All the same person, just like have a massive resource of them. So there'll probably be a lot they're appropriate for our skills. I think there's some floral based ones there somewhere. You're just finding them in all this because there's so many. Want to see if there's any appropriate ones. And some of them, yeah, we might need to get creative because not everything will be there. Like protective pancake, that ability. Well, there's no pancake animation, so we'll have to be creative. Maybe we could, like, if there's a sort of barrier animation, we could do that, change the colour to like a mapley colour and just open it up in Photoshop and add a little bit of butter. Just something like that. But we'd have to do that as ourselves. So for Vicious Chomp, I think there was 2 bite animations. There's that one. And there's that one. So I think the other one personally looks more like the teeth of the plant. I mean, like this one. Maybe some others think differently. But I think I want it to be a bit bigger, maybe, and maybe keep it white in colour like the plant's teeth. But yeah, we'd need to have a sound effect to go with that, and we can go on our there's a really cool free sound site that I use. It's had some cool sounds on there. Has to have its butter square, it does for sure. I mean, I would love to work on the pancake today, in all honesty. I think that'd be a really cool thing to get done. And one thing I wondered was like how I would really love the pancake to be visible at all times, but I don't know if that's possible to have a picture. I mean, I got it working. I'll give you an example. I made a common event called Protective Pancake that shows a picture, and I'm currently just using this as a template, this picture here. And I got it to show up in battle. It works fine, but the problem is it always stays there forever, even when he's no longer using the Protective Pancake skill anymore, and I couldn't work out how to get it off. So it's made me think maybe we can't use an actual picture in the battle. Maybe we'll just have to settle for an animation that looks a bit like a pancake, if we can do that. But let's get Photoshop open. So I'll mess about with some animations and stuff, because it's a good thing to get done with, for sure. So animations, and it's called Bite 2. The gold one, conditional branch, can fix that. The gold one, oh, you mean what you did here, the runaway? Yeah, it takes a little bit of thinking. I haven't got a puzzle mind quite yet, but I am working on making it that way. Yeah, if you know how to work with it, yeah. We'll see how we can do. We'll focus more, probably because it's Stumpy's stream tomorrow. Doing Stumpy and Father Maple in tomorrow's streams and their animations, and we'll focus on the first 5 enemies today, maybe. So yeah, maybe we'll leave that to the side and think about that tomorrow and get the other animations done first. I made a template sheet of a battle and sent it to you on Discord. Thank you, Storm Eagle. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your help, for sure. So at some point I'll be working on getting those axes put in for all the warriors, custom heroes, and all the bows for the hunter one. And Rose, she doesn't have a weapon, she's just got a teeth, so we don't need to do one with her. But for all the other future classes that join the party, we'll make it so that they have their weapon in their hands too. And it looks super fancy and cool. And I'm sure Yanfly's got some other cool plugins as well. And over time, I'll add those when it becomes relevant to add them. Have I got all the action ones? I'm going to just double check. Currently, I only have Action Sequence Pack 1. So I'm going to get the other 2 put in, because I think there's 3, isn't there? If I get the other 2 put in, then we can really have a mess about with the actions. And I'm very glad that there's people in the forums that have kindly given some away, because I have no clue how to even begin with writing actions in note tags. Okay, so Photoshop. And I'm gonna just put the music in the background again, because we're not currently test playing, so we can. Okay, so I'm gonna change. Yeah, I'm gonna make that a grayscale, because if we look at our toxic plant, let me just have a quick peek at him. Yeah, he has white teeth, so I'm just being an extra fuss pot here, keeping things consistent. I'm kind of want to make every enemy and skill of their own unique animation, because that's what I'm like. So it says I want to make it bigger, and the question is, if I doubled the size, would that work? We'll see. But does it pixelate it? They don't look too bad. We'll test in battle though to see, because it might look disastrous, but we'll test. So all we have to do is resave the PNG, and is it in there now? Is it in the animations? Oh, okay, so it is a disaster. Nothing, it seems like it must have like a set dimensions then, a set image, a set frame size, that is, because it's just from testing this here we can see it's screwed up. So my other idea, because that didn't work, is to do this, to keep the size the same, but literally just do a free transform. Because there is room in the boxes. It's not like there's no space. There's room to make them bigger, but the problem is making sure they're all in the right position, I guess. So I need to work out the frame size. So what's the size of the image? 960 by 384. So judging from that, 960 divided by 5 is, I don't have a bloody clue. Calculator time. My goodness me. You can edit the size in RPG Maker Editor Rose. Just edit the frame picture. Oh, okay. Right, I see. Yeah, I just assumed that we couldn't because it messed up the animations. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Let's get the sheet up. So that's where you get your picture. I can't see where to edit unless I'm a massive idiot. And your frames are here. And I just assumed they were stuck in that size because of how they've messed up here. Right click on the frame animation, the box you press, and you can edit opacity. Oh, okay, here. Oh, so we got a scale thing. Cool. So let's just get it back to how it was then and mess around with that. It's very, things are a lot more complex than you realise them to be. I did work out how to do tweening though, at least. I had to mess around with it over the weekend, and because at first I was like, holy crap, you don't have to edit it frame by frame, do you? And then I realised there was a tween thing, and I was like a bit puzzled on how to get it to work at first, but I got it in the end. So this should resize now to how it should be. I've saved the image. There we go. So I assume we could use the batch thing. If we do batch, we can scale them all together then, just to save time. Brilliant. So easy peasy. That is beautiful. What a beautiful animation it is now. You can even edit the angle if that helps. Awesome. Thank you, Storm. It's definitely a lot easier like this. Okay, so is that properly centered? I'm not sure. It is centered, but it just doesn't look like it is on that guy. And we can like edit it to how we want, but I feel like having it, you know, centered makes it work best for this particular type of animation. So this is going to be our vicious chomp animation then. I think that'll work fine. We'll give it a test in a battle test to make sure that it looks good though, but we'll also have to pair a sound effect with it too. It lets you do flashing and things as well, but I'm not sure that's necessary for this one, or maybe it should be. Maybe he should flash if he got bit. But feel free to say, chat, if you've got any good ideas for how the perfect sound effect or the perfect idea in mind for any of these animations or skills, then totally feel free to say. Right, so to be honest, I want to hear the sound again to know if the bite's the right sound. I'm trying to think where they're getting the current sound effect from, though. Because they must be using a default sound, I assume, because I have not matched a sound up anywhere. I don't think. There's no sound up there or here. So I'm wondering now if I put a random one here, whether it'd use that instead. And that's what I want to test to see. Is there a bite sound effect? So I'm literally just put a random sound effect there to just test and see what happens. I want to see if it replaces it. So let's do a test with that vicious charm now. It's so fast, I don't see the teeth. But it hasn't replaced the sound, no. But yeah, you can see the teeth. It's just it moves very fast and it's super quick. It's a lot quicker than how it actually looks on the screen when doing the animations. It's like slow there. And it does it like way faster. It is still doing Vicious Chomp. It is connected to the Vicious Chomp. Yeah, it is. So it's connected to the Vicious Chomp animation, but for some reason, when I do the play, it plays the random sound I put and it's a lot slower. So I'm wondering how to get it more to that effect, I guess. Maybe I'm totally missing something. On a scale from 1 to 10, what is your favourite colour of the alphabet? R. R for Rose. R is a colour. I am very curious. I don't know what's happening. Maybe something to do. I'm going to have to Google this. Okay, so for the other skills we've got, I'm just going to have a look at them. That is weird. I don't understand. It's not like the same skill. It's using a different sound, and I need to figure out why it's doing that. Try putting a long animation instead of chomp to test if the same thing happens. I want to see the problem too. It's a very strange one, isn't it? Because you would expect that it would. These all work perfectly, you know. Like these, when I've tested, because I've tested a few of them in battle, and the sound comes up as it should, etc. So we could always do a random animation here just to test. Let's do this. This is a long one, this green one here, but we need to set it up. So edit. So to tween it, I believe the right way to do it is do the first frame and the last, I believe, and then it works then. You just press tween and it click OK. Oh no, you got to do the frames first. Oh my goodness, I forgot. How many frames are there? Holy crap, you can tell I'm new to this stuff. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 by 5, 25, right? So frame 1 is this one. I believe it doesn't work if you don't do the first and the last. You have to did I just delete it? Right, just clear the lot of it because I'm getting confused now. They're all empty, aren't they? Copy Vicious Chomp for now and name it differently and paste a long one into the original to say. Okay. It just, oh, okay. Just replace, is that what you mean? I'm confused. Okay. Just leave it like that without editing, we'll just say. Oh yeah, we got to change it. Change the skill. So yeah, maybe it's just got a weird bug or something, who knows, or maybe it is to do with the length, but short ones should work, right? It should. What if we want short ones? The bell sound. The bell sounds there, but he also still does the other chomp noise as well. Was the bell sound there before though? You know, it might have been. I'm paranoid now that it was and I just didn't notice. But the animation speed's a little bit fast, I think, for what I want it to be. Still. Even with that one. Yeah, the bell sound is there. I think I didn't realise it was there because he did the other chomp as well. So it threw me a bit. But it is there. The bell sound's there. But why is the other chomp there too? I don't want him chomping. It must have a sound somewhere where I've put the sound. I just don't know where it is, I guess. It's definitely not here. Is it here? It wouldn't be it, would it? There's nothing about sound in the note tags. Where do you get me pixel art? Hi Seth, welcome to the stream. I have a command for you. So that will answer your question. Welcome. The bugs always come at the most unideal times. I even posted on the forum about a bug that I've got currently as well. It's right here. And no one's assisted me yet. Okay. So I'm going to mute the music because I really want to hear the sounds properly. This is a bit of a puzzling one, so I couldn't hear the sounds that well with the last test play because of the music. So no music for now. Let's go back and do it again. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it uses the random bell sound I put with the default chomp that we had. And obviously I want to get rid of that extra sound so we have more room to be creative and have the sounds that we want rather than them force default sounds on us. Yeah, I'm going to just do a quick Google to see if there's an answer to this issue. RPG Maker MV. Maybe it's this. None. Let's just put none for everything. Just for now, I'll remember to come back here if I need to. Because I want the enemy attacks to be unique to their skills. I don't want to have to use, you know, the same one for every single enemy. Some enemies are different. So I've got rid of those for now. So if we did the test now, it should be just the bell sound, which we will obviously change. Yeah, perfect. He's hitting with 0 damage because he's now got his axe equipped. Okay, so sound bit is sorted. Animation is a little bit fast. I want to try and work out why it does that. So I'm also gonna Google that. Try and figure out the answer to that. RPG Maker MV. Okay, so if you're using the Amplifiers core script, you can adjust the speed there. Maybe that is what the problem is then. So let's have a look. Maybe it's doing it in one of these settings. Animation rate, just the rate of battle animations. Okay, so 4 is apparently the default. So you'd think that that would be how it is, wouldn't you? If I put it on 1, what happens? Is it how it is in the thing then? We'll see. I've got invisible polka dots. I can't even tell. Hang on, do it again. No, it's not changed at all. It's the exact same speed. Okay. Obviously it's something else then. I thought that seemed okay because if it was on the default, It's obviously speeding it up somewhere else then. We'll work it out. We'll get to the bottom of this. For sure. What about Battle Engine Core? Is it in there? This is where it lets you change the escape stuff. Like, I'll just give Pete that. But I tried messing about with it, but it failed. Then I need a plug-in probably. Doesn't seem to be anything in that one. Right, I'm gonna look at the RPG Maker thing again. Yeah, the Yanfly core, when I change the animation, right, that should have done it. So the fact that it didn't change, so it tells me there's an issue somewhere. Oh yeah, I forgot to say as well, I did do Stumpy's dialogue box. I put that in the right position. And we'll be doing Stumpy tomorrow. It's Stumpy's stream tomorrow. I'm excited. Okay, yeah, that's not relevant what I'm looking for. Maybe something like this is the answer. I don't know. I'm always reluctant to use random plugins just in case they clash with the ones I've already got. But it seems like, yeah, this is it must not be a thing to control the animation speed, but you'd have thought Yanfly's battle core would have done that, or you know, the core, considering there's a setting now that says animation, right? It's confusing why that didn't work. We'll get that figured out, but it's very difficult to test and the animations until we get it done, you see. Difficult to get them to our liking. Okay, so it says lower for faster. Maybe I did it wrong. So we got this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that. Make it 8. Because I did put 1 in and then I realised it says lower for faster. So I did it the wrong way around. Maybe that was the problem. Still pretty fast to me. Still pretty fast. I'm gonna have to make a super big number and see what happens then. Put it on me. I honestly don't think it's working though, because it doesn't change at all from what my eyes can see. There's no change at all in the animation rate. Something's not quite right here. Hi Sierra, how you doing today? It's good to see you. Good morning to you. Are you having a good day? Yeah, it is literally not changing in the slightest. It's quick and fast and always is. Not slowing down. There's nothing wrong with it being fast. Like, I could be okay with keeping it that way. It's just very deceiving, I guess, because when we look at the animation in here, it's a lot. It seems like it's slower to me. Maybe maybe my eyes are being silly and it isn't. Maybe it's the exact same speed. I'm okay keeping it like this for now, to be honest. I'll keep it as it is. We'll put it back to 4 as the default. And I can always have a little look into this off stream if necessary. I'm gonna have a peek at the Discord though. I want to have a little peek. Just to see, because Storm sent me a sprite sheet. I'm curious about that. Are those a different size? Is that bigger then? It looks like it's hang on, let's okay, so I'm gonna just quickly have a look at this because I want to make sure this is all sorted, because this is another important thing we have to do too. So okay, so it hasn't copied and pasted. Let's try again. There we go. So let's double it then, because our battlers are twice the size, but this should. Okay, so this is the default one, I assume. Let's just get it in. Yeah. So yeah, I want it so it's wider, if that makes sense. So because there's room for the weapon. How have you been? How's chat doing? Yeah, how are you doing, chat? Everybody seems to be doing all right, having a little lurk. Is Jesus the main boss? Who knows? Who knows who the main boss is going to end up being? Doing good. Glad to hear it. Okay, so I'm going to look at that later because I'm a bit... But Storm's giving me the dimensions anyway. Need to make maybe... But thank you very much for giving me the squares at least, because they'll be a good as a guide. But yeah, they definitely do need resizing so we can get our axe fit on properly. So just so you know, guys, the reason for this, I'm going to be planning on getting each of the characters' weapons in their hand in battle, because by default it doesn't do that. So that will probably be a time-consuming thing that I'll do another time. For now, we'll concentrate on getting some animations done. We've got a big list of things to do. We've even got the player skill tree still to do as well, which is another thing I really want to get done this week too. So yeah, that'll probably be something soon to do as well. Hi Maurizio, how are you doing today? Play your cards right and Natsuyu will be the main boss. Yeah, she's gonna be a villain if you take things that if you get on the wrong side. And yeah, Raindrop Chronicles is very much going to have the whole branching path thing going on. So it's perfect that we have that direction with your character kindled. As a dirty old weeaboo, vote for Filthy Frank as boss. We'll see. We'll see. Right, so let's get back to the animation. So vicious chomp is okay. We're going to change that. We're not going to have the bell, obviously. So when we think of a plant chomping, what sort of sound do we imagine then? I'm going to go on our sound site. So freesound.org is the website. So here we go. Let's just switch to this screen for a sec. So chomp. That's the first thing I can think of. Can't even hear anything. I'll make my sound a bit. So I've got my speakers super low. Wow. Plant chomp. That's probably. So the skill's called vicious chomp. So we need the most vicious chomp sounding skill that we can have, and the enemy is this guy. So you know he's a plant. He's a plant. So we need it to suit him. So we're going to go through all these sounds and pick the best one. There's some really, really strange ones. Oh, interesting. That is not ASMR to me. Maybe it's to some people, but it isn't to me, whatever that sound was. Chomp. Check if the 100 by 100 is good, which I've sent. Don't know if the weapon fits. If it doesn't, I will expand it. So you're saying 100 by 100 could be a good one, and did you send that one then, Storm? Let me just. They look like they was the same size, so I got confuzzled. Oh, is it this one you've just sent now? Oh, okay, I get it. I'll just quickly do that now to just confirm with you if that's the right sheet. So. So Photoshop, get you open for my. So the default, let me just. Yeah, so that I assume is for the default sizing because we're double. That's what we do. Maybe that's a touch too big. Yes. But you know, maybe we have to spread them out. Maybe that's our answer. Probably some experimentation will be required to say with some battle tests to see if it works. But back to the sound website. So yeah, I don't know if that was too big. Maybe I'm fine using that one if that's the size we have to have, and I'll just spread them out. But yeah, it might be a bit tricky, you know, because we have a lot of assets for Warrior and Hunter, and it'll take a lot of time to individually have to do that. It actually hurts to think about it. So it'd be a lot easier if it was just a simple, easy canvas resize. I didn't have to reposition them or anything, but I'm gonna have to, aren't I? I'm gonna have to, because otherwise it's not gonna work. Yeah, I'll think about it another time because it's blooming crazy how long that's gonna take to do. We've got hundreds of assets. Right, so back to our sound website. If it doesn't, I will expand it. Yeah, you would have to. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Obviously, the quicker it takes, like, if it's a super quick job, like, doing this, then it's okay. But say if it takes me, like, 15 minutes plus to do each of them, no way. If it took a minute, I don't mind. If it's a huge job of like moving every single row and separating them, forget that. But yeah, we'll think about it. I mean, once the custom hero assets are done, it's fine. Like, you know, the rest will just be the rest of the party and playable characters, and there's only one of them. So that's okay, but it's just the custom hero that makes the whole thing go wrong, because we have a lot of different custom heroes that we're going to have to do for. But let me know, still. Let me know what the right dimensions are, and I'll see if there's a quick way I can do it. We'll see. Okay, so back to our website. Where are you? Here we are. Yeah, we'll stay on this screen, I think. Okay, so let me know. I'm going to be going through these sounds. If you think any are really good, feel free to say. So we're looking for a vicious chomp by a plant, and that's what we're after. How is an apple being bit of vicious chomp? It totally isn't. There's gonna be a vicious chomp among you somewhere. Cookie crunch. Ugh, eat with open mouth. Hey, what's that? Where's that coming from? You guys can hear the sounds, right? Oh, a doggo eating pellets. What was that? What was that? Like, that kind of scared me a bit. It was a bit realistic. Sounded like an actual monster. Yeah, I want more of a. Not sure if any of these took my fancy yet. Some of the ones on the first page were okay. I have to listen again. Hi Liquid, how you doing? Yeah, we'll be doing a bit of sound today. A bit of sound and a bit of animation. A bit of both for our battles, our enemies. So I'm trying to match up good sounds for each of the skills at the moment. We've already got the animation sorted for the first skill. It's a vicious chomp. By a plant. So we're after the perfect sound. I've just literally searched chomp and we're getting all sorts come up. We've only got 5 pages. And we just need it to be one chomp. Like, we don't need loads of chomps, just one. Monster eating. See, something like that is what we're after, but just like a better quality version. And obviously something a bit better. But that's kind of the thing. A Squared and Andy Cake, how are you guys doing as well? Hope you're doing well. See, to me, open mouth chomp, this one here just sounds like a human. Or a dog even. We need it to be a bit more vicious than that. So, see, serpent chomp isn't too bad. I know it's a snake. But you could say that that was a plant as well. I think it needs to be a bit louder though. No, it's okay. Elite! Oh my goodness! Thank you for the 2 months of being subscribed, Elite. How are you doing? Can we have some hype for Elite chat? I want to see that hype. Oh, Mog see-through again today, I say. I went a bit over the top with the green screen, Mog. I'm very sorry. It's not poorly, I promise. Poorly, I mean. I would say poorly instead of poorly. Don't have most of the day, very day pro grandmother. Won't be doing RPG game dev stream, but we'll continue streaming Raven for today for anyone who wants to play AFK. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know it's a holiday day in the USA today, so everybody's off doing their thing, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. That sounds lovely. And thank you, Elite, and thank you for the hype as well, Kung. For Elite sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the stream. I just saw the ending of AS 17 and I'm thinking number 666, the end of your name. Yeah, Liquid's the devil. What's AHS stand for? I'm terrible at saying letters. Yeah, what's that stand for, Kung? It's relative to make a minor audio adjustments and making it louder, so that could work. It could A squared. I'm thinking of going for the serpent chomp because I use what's it called? Damn, what's that software called? Audacity, that's it. I've got Audacity and I can edit the sounds in that, which is what I always do. So we'll probably do that, but I just want to make sure there's no better ones. So let's have a look. American Horror. Oh, okay, that's cool. I've heard of that one, but it's got horror in the title. Is it spooky? No good with TV. Rarely watch it. I rarely watch it too. I only watch TV if there's something that I get really obsessed with. Then I do. But it's not often when I do get obsessed with something. That's okay, but it's too quick. But it's not bad. It's really weird because these sounds make me laugh because I know it's a human doing them. But that kind of could be a plant, you know. But as we're going through these, if anybody in chat thinks that one sounds really what we should do, if anyone's rooting for a sound that we should use, then definitely say. If you think, oh, that sound, I think she should go with that, then definitely say. Because I'm a bit torn at the moment with a few of them. Read my previous message for a stream activity info today. Yay. Are you enjoying that game, Elite? I noticed you were playing it. It said on Discord. I was like, oh, what's that? Back to lurk. Yay, enjoy your lurk. Thank you for the lurk. And top 50 for you. Huzzah. Huzzah, huzzah. Okay, so the ones I'm torn between are serpent chomp. Yeah, that's way too quiet. And isn't that from Mario? It's got Mario chomp plant, so it's exactly what we're after. But I'm not gonna steal Mario's sound. I get blooming sued by Nintendo, I would. Was this the other one? Huzzah. Looking forward to seeing your character. Isn't an actual Mario sound? Someone made it, fair enough. I'm glad, but you know, it's very tagging Mario like that. And Nintendo makes it seem like it actually is that. Had me panicked. Well, I'm not going to use that one anyway. It's okay, just a bit quiet, but we could always make it louder, I suppose. But I'm thinking that, which one is it? Keep forgetting. Eating the scenery. Refresh. Do it again. I think eating the scenery's got some of those bites in that could work okay. Like Audacity lets us split what we want, so we can pick the bite we like best. So it's either that one of these bites in this one, or serpent chomp. I think there's a bit more. There's something that's a bit better about eating the scenery for me, so I think I'll go for that one. We'll have a mess about in Audacity. So let's get that. And this is a time-consuming thing. Like, we have 7 enemies to get through, and each of them have 3 abilities each, and we need a sound and an animation for each. So we're not obviously going to do all of them on stream today. We'll have a go at doing as many as we can. But I'm going to be working on off stream as well tonight, and I'm going to get some done off stream. And I really want to do Stumpy and his daddy tomorrow because it's a Stumpy appreciation stream. So there's the toxic plant to do, the mushrooms, the bees at the flowers, and the deer. I'll try and get those done today. And then we can do Stumpy and his dad tomorrow. Oops, when did I get over 1,000? You did, Kung, because you're awesome. That's why. Feel like coffee right now. Weird feeling. Have some then, Andy Cake. So log in to download. I'm going to just hide this while I log in because I'll probably have to enter my password and stuff. Okay, here we go. So there we go, downloading. Should be doing it now. There we go. So I'm going to open Audacity now, and we'll get that sound put in and then saved and added to RPG Maker. It's not too hard to do this, really. So here we are. I need to make a window capture for this program. So window capture, add source, new source. There we go. Oh, I'm hiding away. So I'll put that under our webcam. There we go. Stumpy Appreciation Day, that is nice. I know, it's good. I'm going to have him right here next to me, his little cute tree face. And, I even thought about adding a command, a Stumpy related command to chat, but I have no idea what sort of command that could be, like something fun related to Stumpy. I'm going to have to be creative and think. And hi Rex, how's it going? I thought you'd be asleep because it's a holiday day. But good morning to you. I'm having a good day. I got to hang out with Rex last night because I'm lucky. And only awesome people get to hang out with Rex. Okay, so let's listen to this plant noise. Is that like a human making like chompy noises there? I can hear it a little bit. Oh my goodness me. Oh, it's gone. How do we get it back? Redo import. Oh, there we go. I'm not used to Audacity, as you can probably tell. I've messed the whole thing up. I want to see how it was before. What the freak? Go back. Go back. Okay. Yeah, it looks weird now. I wanted the sound. I'm turning this off. This is a mess. And we'll open it again. I got excited and I was pressing things I shouldn't. That's why. And he messed everything up. Okay. By the way, what was that game you shared on the Discord the other day, Rose? Oh, what game? Gwent the card game? The Witcher card game, Gwent. I've been playing that a little bit. Controls. Yay. Oh, Rex is embarrassed. So we got to work out what chomp noise we like best out these 4 or 5 even. Let's listen. I think either of the last 3 work fine. That one's a bit distracting with the Okay, so we'll use the last one. Who reckons the last one's the best? So I think all we have to really do is highlight that and press. I think it might just be export selected audio then. I was looking for a sort of crop. There it is. Okay, so that's going to be our vicious chomp sound effect for our plant. It's perfect, yeah? Should we make it a bit louder as well? Amplify it a bit. Okay, so it doesn't let us. Let's just go so far, but not too much. Obviously, because it would be too loud to make our ears bleed. That would do. Which software? This is Audacity, Marrow. It's pretty neat. I think it's free. I got it for free, I believe. So, export audio now. And all we have to do is literally give it a name. And it's already there to be put in the folder. And we'll call it vicious. No, we'll call it enemy. But I just want to have the naming as neat as possible. So we can group all the enemy sounds together. Enemy. Toxic plant. Vicious chomp. It's a bit long, but at least I'll know exactly what it is then. So, okay, and I need to save it again. I have to save it as an OGG, and I also have to save it as an M4A, I believe. But let me get the folder for. So, audio, sound effects. Yeah, I just literally changed the extension at the end, and that works. It works. I don't have to do any I don't have to use any software to change, which is easy. I'm glad about that. So all I have to do now is we go in our, let's just get rid of Audacity for a sec, and also Discord. So we go in animations and we just change the sound to it should be there. We put it in the folder, so it should be right there. Literally that. Enemy toxic plant vicious chomp. I could have just called it vicious chomp, but I wanted to like label it properly and put that it's the enemy and what enemy it is, because then when we have a lot of sound effects, it's just a lot easier to keep things organized then. Good guess. I've tried most audio softwares and that does everything the paid ones, so yeah, I definitely recommend. Yeah, I went for a good one. I'm proud of myself. So that's really cool. I really like this skill. I think that's really cool. The teeth animation and that sound effect. So let's just do a quick test. I mean, we'll just do a quick test and then we'll move on to the other skills of the toxic plant. And we'll do as many enemies and sounds and animations as possible that we can do. But whatever I don't do, I'm going to do on stream tonight. And I'll just show you guys tomorrow. But I definitely want to purposely save Stumpy for tomorrow's stream. Doing his animations. He's going to have so many cute sound effects. It's going to be fun. We'll have to find the cutest sound effects possible for Stumpy because we want to make him as charming as possible. That works. Hey, I've got your axe equipped, Jesus. So, what we need to do now is we won't be able to defeat them because he doesn't have his axe equipped. So, it's just Vicious Chomp and Abominable Spit, I believe. So, let's have a look at the skill information for those. So the poison one should be interesting. So at the moment we're using just the standard default poison animation, and we want to make it original, we want to make it our own a little bit. So let's do that. Let's have a look at what poisons we have got, because I downloaded a massive library of animations over the weekend, and I'm sure there's some really cool, interesting poison ones we can use. We have a lot here. I will show you right now exactly what we have. I have to go on this screen to show you because it doesn't get the pop-ups up on the window capture. So we have that poison. We had that one, 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 and we even have pollen. That'll be really cool for potentially one of the abilities, maybe, because it's a very floral, flowery place. So it's a spit, it's a poison spit, so I feel like we need one that looks a bit like a spit, and I feel like poison gush could be that. We don't want a poison cloud or bubbles, really. Even though they look really cool, that'll be better for future poison abilities more. Poison gush probably has, but should it be green or should it be purple? That's the question, I guess, because poison, some people see it as green and some people see it as purple. It could be either. And I haven't really decided what colour the poison state's going to be yet. It's green at the moment, but, you know, I guess we have to decide what's best. I personally always feel green is poison. Yeah, it could be either for sure, but I always relate poison to green rather than purple. Purple to me is more psychic magic. I don't know whether Pokemon taught me that, but yeah, when I think poison I think grass Pokemon, and when I think of purple I think of psychic Pokemon. So poison to me falls under more of a grassy sort of thing, considering that is very much the Everbloom Forest theme as well. Purple to help with blending. Okay, so we're going to go with, I'm going to decide to go with green for now, unless we come across an issue and it looks like its camouflage is too much or something and doesn't work out. But we'll stick with good old classic for now. And I think that's a good old green to have. So let's see how this animation works. So how many frames have we got? We've got 5 by 4, so that's 20. I'll go back to this screen so you can see it a bit bigger. Oh my goodness me, Alicia, I hope I said your name correctly. Oh my goodness, welcome to the stream. Thank you for that raid. How are you guys? Oh my god, now Book Snail, Hexa, Freddy, Ruru. Welcome guys, I recognise Hex. I know who Hex is. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much, Raid. That is very kind of you. Let's give a shout out to our new friend and see what you were doing. Ooh, tell us about your stream. How did it go? Welcome everybody. It's lovely to meet you. I love your names. Book Snail, what a cool name that is. Elisha, there we go, we got it. Thank you very much. So if you guys are curious about what I'm doing, I'm making a game with my community. It's a fun nerdy place to hang out and chill, basically, to best sum it up. Dragonfly, welcome. And I have a command here, so if you're curious and you want to know about it, that should tell you all. We have a website on the way. Hopefully will be launched before the end of the year. Thank you for that follow. Thank you very much. I was working on photos that I shot of our local Twitch meetup event. Awesome. I see you've got a TwitchCon 19 badge as well. I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't go this year, but I went last year. I mean, I went to the 2018 one. That's correct. I'm hoping to go to next year's, all going well. I like your cute emotes. Hex Donut recommended you for the raid. Thank you so much, Hex. That's so kind of you to do that. I appreciate you thinking of me and for coming along, everybody. Thank you for coming along with the raid. So today we are working on a lot of skill stuff recently. We've finished our first dungeon. We've got all the enemies we want. And we're doing some skill stuff. And if anyone's curious about the program I'm using, it's called RPG Maker, and it's a super easy to use software for anybody that is interested in game dev but might feel a bit daunted by it. Especially if you want to make an RPG, it's perfect for it. Okay, so let's get this. We're doing a poison skill at the moment. We want the perfect sound effect and animations for it. So let's get this animation down. We need 20 frames, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna put the background music back on because we do, but I'll turn it off when we do the sounds testing because that'll be pretty soon. Okay, so I know we've got to just tween them. Okay, so it's a bit small. Make it a bit bigger. Let's have 200% scale on this. It's still small. There we go. We'll do it. Yeah, that's better. I think we should move it though, so I don't know if that'll be in the right position exactly. Yeah, it seems a bit low. Maybe it'll work better if it's aimed towards the head, but it seems a bit high there. We can angle it, I think. Maybe we should angle it. I'm very new to all this animation business, but I'll admit it's a lot of fun to do. Oh, you got over 50 raindrops, Hex. GG. Getting there. All our little characters we've got here, by the way, if you're curious and you're new here, they're all the characters that are in the game so far. So I'm going to see if this can be angled a bit. So yeah, we can rotate it. So see if we rotate it 45 degrees, what happens. That's much better. But let's put it back to the centre now. Yay! Does that look like spit? I'd say, I don't know now. To me, it's more of a gush, like I can say. So it's very difficult to be specific with animations though, because it's not like we have to just choose what's there, I guess, and pick the most suitable. Although I'm not totally against doing some editing if we have to. I'm trying to picture what a spit animation would be like now. Like what it would look like, I suppose. Yeah, the gush is the closest thing I have in mind to how it could be. We do have a lot here though. But we might as well test this in the battle and see how it looks for sure. If we feel something's a bit, we can always make a change. So, skill, abominable spit, and let's put it correct. So, we'll test this now, how it looks. And then we'll find a good sound effect for it. And test play screen. Now make sure Jesus has his axe equipped so he can actually kill the plant. So I have things set up here so I can test all the enemies. These little silhouettes here are enemies of the forest. And it's obviously they're not going to look like this in the real thing. This is just for test purposes. And to be able to encounter the battles quick. So here we are. Yeah, I'm really pleased with Vicious Chomp. So abominable spit isn't used until there's only one on the field, when he's got his defense up. I didn't want it to be something that's constantly spammed, because poison getting stacked as well would be a bit frustrating at this early stage of the game. So I've kind of fixed it to kind of be a last minute defensive attack. So he used it then, and damn it, I missed it. I missed what the animation looked like. And he only uses it once, so sometimes we might have to check. For testing purposes, it might be a sensible idea to just change when it's used and make it just be used more often so we can get it, make sure it's okay. So we go to, at the moment it's on, yeah, skill and rain 4, and we have also the AI set so that it only uses it when there's so I'm going to just delete that for a moment, and also actually I'm going to take a screenshot because so I remember all this, otherwise I'm going to forget all the settings and that would be bad. Because we are going to just increase the priority on this attack for now, just so we can analyse everything properly with it. So we'll put it rating up as 9, and we'll have it to be used always. And we'll get rid of the AI priority, and now it should use it all the time. Oh, we got to make sure we give more MP as well for it. So at the moment max MP is 10, so we'll increase it to 100 just so that I can spam it. I've got some chocky. I want to get it, so give me a sec. I'm just hanging my headphones off. I'm a hungry one. I'd give you some chat. Who wants some whisper bites? Who wants some? Because I'm nice. I'll give you some whisper bites. What are those? Have you heard of them before? This is what they look like. Little squares, little cubes. How do they look? Are they pips? People are going to be so confused what that means. I love it. Basically, I was eating some chocolates last week. Was it last week? This very similar to these, same brand, except there was like 2 circles on the packaging and it looked like boobs. It is chocolate. Chocolate's yummy. Some people don't like it though, and that's fine, because if you don't, I'll just eat all of yours. Oh, fancy British chocolates. Yeah, British chocolate's good, isn't it? But I like a lot of European chocolate. Lint's my favourite. Hey, I missed it again. Oh, okay, it's all wrong. The spit is actually going completely wrong at the moment. Is it too far forward? Do it again. I think it's the wrong way as well. Very, very wrong. That animation is very, very wrong indeed. Let's get that fixed immediately. So why did it look like that? Because it looks fine here. It was the complete opposite way though on the test. I wonder why that is. I'm a noob. I'm still trying to work these things out. They jump forward very fast. Is it supposed to be like that? We can manipulate the actions to our heart's desire. Some skills and attacks will be fast, some will be slower. It will depend on the enemy. For example, Stumpy, he's a little clumsy one, so he'll just, you know, be a bit slow. And hopefully we can get that exactly how we want when we work on him. Because battle actions are definitely another thing we have to do. Just for variety. We don't want every single attack to be the same in terms of movement. Lints are the best, yay! But yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into the battle system. There's just so much. There's this, not only the skills, the balancing of the skills, the animations, the sound effects, the actions when they walk to the enemy, how they do it. It's like, oh, so much. It's a big side of the game, almost as big as the actual quest content and writing, to be quite honest. Some very good local Belgian chocolate that's out. I love Belgian chocolate too. It's yummy. All chocolate's yummy though, but there's definitely some I like more. I like Galaxy, that's one I'm fond of here. But I'm very curious right now why the skill's animated so wrong. One thing I have to do is move it a bit. It's X position. So let's see what happens when it's like that, because one thing that was wrong with it was too far to the right. This is so much, like, especially as I'm new, there's gonna be a lot of testing with things like this. And I can be a bit of a perfectionist. But yeah, we've spent no time doing the movement yet. That's something that I'll be working on as soon as I've done the animations and sounds. It's still the same it was before. What the hell is going on? I'm going to take a screenshot of that animation. Okay, so I've took a screenshot because because it goes off the screen so fast, it's hard to picture it again. So I've took a picture this time so I can remember what it looks like, and I'm going to compare it to how it looks in the animation database. You can hopefully work out what the issue is here. Okay. For some reason it's flipped. It's flipped in the battle, which is strange. It's like the other way round. Dark chocolate. My favourite's milk chocolate, and dark chocolate's my least favourite. But it's not that I wouldn't have it. Sometimes, like, I love After Eights. Still like it. I'm just obsessed with milk, and I'm also a big fan of white. Even though white chocolate's apparently fake. How dare they say white chocolate's fake? White chocolate's real. It's very real. You need to move that bag or it'll be all gone. I know. Too late. There's only one left. I'm so greedy. That's proof of how greedy I am. All gone. I feel really... I hate that it's gone. I want more. I want even more. Thank you, Kung. Hi, Robson. How you doing? You love white chocolate? Oh my goodness. I need more white chocolate fans in my life. There's not enough white chocolate fans. Everybody, I think it's so underrated, white chocolate is. Oh, thank you, Kung. I'll try my best. I try. Okay, so for some reason, this is a very silly. The angle clearly didn't work, or maybe it did. It's flipped, that's all I know. Maybe we gotta flip it then. So if we go on batch and do a mirror, yes. What happens then? No, that is not what we want. We don't want it being like that. Mirror, no, that's it. Okay, I am going to say mirror now, because maybe that's what the problem was. Okay. This is so weird. I just want... Hang on. Okay, we're going to rotate it again. I'm getting salty over this. Why it looks different in the editor compared to the game. What on earth is going on here? Okay. We're going to have to just leave it like that then. But I still want to put an angle on it, you know. I don't like it like that. So, minus 45 degrees, will that do it? No? This needs sorting, because if I have to do this with every animation, this is going to be hard work. Only about 10 in a bag of Thornton's chocolates. Honestly, that is terrible. We should have a full bag. What is going on with the food industry? When I was a little girl, it was like massive. The bags were full. The bars were huge and they cost like 10p. Now it costs £1 for half of the size. Something needs to change. Just a little bag. IDM, they were only 90p. Oh, well, that's okay. If they were charging you like £2 for that. No, it isn't okay. 90p for 10 chocolates is absurd. That isn't even worth 10p. Your name kicks some butt. Pavy Games, thank you. That's very kind of you. I'm just having a complete rage rant about chocolate at the moment. What a thing to walk into. You're dead right, Rose. I am. It isn't okay. What am I on about? It's okay. 90p? You should get like 50 chocolates for that liquid. Does anybody know Freddo Frog brand? If you're from overseas, you might not. It might be just a British one. But Freddo Frog chocolates were like these little chocolate frogs. They used to cost 5p when I was a child. And I went to the shop. I bought them for 5p. I'm not kidding you now. They cost 50p. 10 times as much. And they've also shrunk. The frog isn't even as big as it used to be. I think we need to go back to the 90s, to be quite honest. But why so much air in the package? I know the feeling. Yeah, I feel the same way. And this isn't just chocolates. This is crisps as well. Chips for you Americans, but crisps for here. I opened some, I forgot what brand it was now, but I opened some the other day. And there was literally just a few crumbs in the bottom. Just a few crumbs in an air everywhere else. A bag full of air and crumbs. I looked in disgust when I saw. I was really disgusted. How dare they? Who agrees? It's terrible, right? I was robbed. I was really excited to have them crisps. I was so looking forward, and just a few crumbs. Freddo was solid chocolate. You know what chocolate is? Liquid, amazing. You know, Freddo, I loved it. I'd never buy it now though. Not at that price. For 5p, that's what it should be. 5p, not 50. Big chocolate, really everything. I was at school in the 90s, so yes, I preferred the caramel. I'm a 90s kid. I grew up in the 90s, so... Well, I was a little girl in the 90s anyway. If you go back to the 80s, you'd cry even more. So much was cheaper then. Oh my goodness, we need to go back to the 80s then. And Pete, don't you reckon people seem to just accept this change? Because I say to my parents, I'm like, why has this happened? When you were kids, I bet you like paid 1p for a bar of chocolate, and they're like, oh, you know, it's how it is now. Nothing we can do about it. And I'm like, no, go back to the 80s. I'm like, I'm such a protester, I am. 80s had the best hairstyles and the best hair colours. These days you would get one. Sweet, I know, right? 90s kid here too. I'm an old fart for wanting to go back to the 80s. Come on, guys. There's things that need to change. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big, huge fan of the invention of the internet. I'm not going to complain about that, but damn, give us back our cheap sweets. And put loads of them in a crisp packet, please. And chocolate packet. How dare they? I'm so mad now, I can't even do this anymore. Can't even do any game development. The 80s were not that long ago. There's no RPG maker in the 80s though. Well, that's what I mean. What would be ideal? Honestly, the current technology we have is perfect, but just the 80s like cheap chocolate and food, please. That's perfect. That's all I want to change. But no, we also need space travel as well, of course. That's something that would be even better about the world. But if we went to space, we wouldn't be able to we wouldn't have Wi-Fi in space, so screw that. Screw that. We couldn't talk. We wouldn't be able to we wouldn't be able to we'd lose touch, everybody. These days, candy treats on Halloween are so small. I remember full-size candy bars in my bag. Years ago, now they give out teeny pack that is more wrapper than candy. And no, honestly, why? Why are they so mean? People deserve so many sweets. I just don't understand why they've reduced the sizes. Is it just like pure greed? It's pure greed of corporations, isn't it? That's it. I knew it. What is that accent? It is an English accent. I am from if you're curious, where in England, it is not north or south, which only leaves one other place, doesn't it? Because sugar. I'll buy that. I think they just don't. They just want to starve us so they can make more money. We wouldn't have Twitch. I know, right? What were we doing anyway? We were doing this spit animation, weren't we? And it wasn't going right. How dare it? Honestly, actually, the animations is really fun to do. I'm really enjoying it. And the sound bits. Sorry if I was pulling a weird face then. I felt like I needed to do a big, massive burp and it didn't come out. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but there's a few things I'm a little bit confused about, and I think I just need a bit more experience with it because I'm very new to doing all this. I literally only just opened this up for the first time the weekend. Well, that's a lie, because I have had a little browse, I guess, but I only started properly this weekend in this animation section. Hi, Raycat! Oh my goodness, what a scary, scary pair of eyes. Is that dry bones? It probably isn't, but it looks like it looks like a green dry bones to me. That you won't. Midlands, yay! You got it. Welcome to the stream, Raycat. How are you doing today? And anybody who is new, oh my goodness, I will give you the command. If you're curious about what we do here, that will tell you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the spit one for now because this animation is a confusing one. So I'll put a little asterisk next to it because that's what I do when I've not finished something, and we'll come back to it. So the other one is called Leave Me Alone, which is a sort of defense growth ability that the plant does when it's the last monster on the field. It gets super defensive, so some sort of protection animation, I guess. And what sound effect would suit that? Just, I suppose, a shield protection, magical sound. Oh no, I might have to look at some enemy skills as examples for a reference. Elite! Oh my goodness, thank you for the 250 bitties. Can we have some hype in chat, please? Mog is feeling unwell today, that's why he's a little bitter. That's why he is a bit see-through. Hi Mog, still have cow. Well, I appreciate the bitties, thank you very much. I am going to give you some hype, and I want to see all the hype in chat for those bitties. Elite is wealth, #1 on the leaderboard this month with those bitters. Aren't we all dry bones? I love dry bones. He's my favourite character after Toad in Mario, personally. Nice one. Yay. Thank you very much. Okay, so Leave Me Alone. There's so many animations here, guys. Like, I'm going to go on this screen to show you because pop-ups don't come up, so I have to go on this other screen. It's a bit smaller, but as you can see, we have a bazillion animations here, and it's going to take a while to find some animations. Let me just remind myself what skills we've got. Mushroom Mash, Ball Blast, Fungal Fury, Petal Slice, Aromatherapy, Pollen Puke. Needle, sting, swarm, ominous drone. Charge, disease, bite, retribution. And okay, we've got so many. This is going to be a time-consuming thing. I'm actually gonna have a break from the animations for now because there's a lot. Well, I'm going to probably do it slowly over time, over the course of this week. But there's a few other things we have to do for sure. I do want to do a test play of the deer. I want to show you guys the retribution skill I've done because that was a super creative skill we added last week. And I really liked it. And what else? Let's look at my notepad file because I have it written down, the stuff we need to do today. Okay, player skills is another thing in the skill trees, so I might go back to that. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of like little bits with the battle system to do, like all the animations, all the sounds, the actions, the movements and stuff. So lots of tiny little bits, and I'll slowly be doing that. Sometimes on stream, but sometimes off stream until it's done. Oh my goodness, Richard, my favourite posh Brit. How are you doing, Richard? It's good to see you, and thank you for those 2 months. 2 months of being a sub on the channel. That is very kind of you. I appreciate you being so supportive. Let's have some hyping chat for Richard, everybody. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you again. Maybe a rooting animation or a leaf barrier that wraps around the character. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of a leaf barrier. That is actually quite the obvious choice, and I didn't think of it. So actually, what I'm going to ask you, chat, if anybody, we're going to just talk about these skills. I'm going to randomly just mention them now. And if anybody has any ideas for really cool animations as we talk about these skills, feel free to say, just like Raycat just did. A leaf wrapping around the character like a blanket. Yeah, that's perfect. A root, yeah, a leaf. Like, just, it doesn't even have to be a leaf barrier. It could just be. Well, it's going to be difficult, guys, because at the same time, we can't be extremely flexible with our animations. We are kind of limited. I'm not an animation special effects designer or anything like that, so I can't create anything from scratch. I can dabble around and try, but it's not going to be anything beautiful if I did. So we kind of have to have the resources we're given, and I did find a lot. I mean, we have a ton here. Looking at our animations, we have a ridiculous amount, and I'm sure there's going to be something to our liking in that lot. Even if I search the web for some leaves and just add them, I can always like pick one that looks good as a base, a template, and then just find a suitable leaf and just add it to the animation as an image in a few of the frames. I'm fine with doing something like that, just having an edit of one of these to make it a bit more like our vision. That is fine. So what I'm going to do is I've got my notepad file open, and I'm going to copy and paste your suggestions, chat, when we talk about these skills, and so I can refer to them off stream when I do the animations. So I'm going to copy what Kung and Raycat said. So the leave me alone, that is. And I think we've already decided abominable spit's going to be a sort of, obviously a poison sort of cone. Is the most appropriate thing we can get for abominable spit. And leave me alone, the leaf wrapping around the character. Cat and leaf blanket by Kung. So I was putting brackets who suggested it, so I remember. Sticky fingers. My apologies, I've not been around. Went on a part vacation work trip. Oh, well, it's lovely to see you again, Richard. And you can come and go as much as you please, Richard. And I hope your trip went well. Did it? I hope it did. Sticky Fingers. Yeah, Sticky Fingers is amazing. And we've also got Protective Pancake as well as a skill. It's a big tree, a big maple tree. This one is. Where is he? Where is he? Father Maple is his name. He's the daddy of this little stump here. The game's a bit wacky like that. There's going to be a bit of lore and backstory for them both as well. We've kind of started that. What have I done? I added a dialogue box to Stump. A little bit of dialogue. He goes running to his daddy. So Father Maple has Protective Pancake as a sort of defence barrier that he's going to have as a skill, and we actually are going to try and get as close to a pancake as we can with the animation. That would be so good. We said we'll add a little bit of butter as well on the pancake. So I'm going to just try my hardest to get something like that. Probably just find an animation of a standard barrier, change the colour to a golden mapley colour, and add a bit of butter on it, and maybe we'll see. Yay, butter! Yeah, that was Van's idea. But Sticky Fingers is cool too. That's our other mapley skill. Sticky Sap Maple Fingers. Anybody seen Salad Fingers? Oh my goodness, yeah, it's a reference to Salad Fingers. I've just realised without even realising. I don't know if this is good. Filthy acts at a reasonable price. Pancake can protect you. Yeah, it can. It's wacky, it's bonkers, and it's silly. And I like that we bring the humour into the game. I've worked with Blender in the past. If I find a way to integrate with RPG Maker, maybe I'd help with animations if you need it, Rose. Well, Liquid, that's very, very generous of you. And of course, chat, it's totally not forced upon you to contribute. You can literally chill in this stream and do nothing if you don't want to. But if you ever want to do that, it's totally fine. And we have a Discord and a Raindrop Chronicles section. So, of course, if you ever do have anything you'd like to give, and anything that you think could be really fitting for the project from what we've talked about in stream, then of course feel free to post anything in there, and I will credit you, of course, because we can have a credit section, probably on the website and in the game. So anything that is contributed, you will get full credit. So abominable spit has an obvious connotation, but could also be a larger skewer. Spit barbecue. Oh yeah, it could, couldn't it? It's interesting, isn't it, when you look at skills and you think, oh, what's that? But I suppose when you have the animation mixed in and the sound effect, it makes it clear what the context is, I guess. Temagami, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the stream. It's good to meet you. Okay, so we talked about Leave Me Alone. It's decided a sort of leaf sort of animation. If we can do that, a leaf barrier blanket thing, I'll have a mess around and see what I can do. And what else? So spit, poison, green poison. We kind of already have experimented that here. So where is it? This is what we have so far. Like just a cone of poison spit basically, but we're having a few problems with positioning at the moment with it, and I got a little bit salty, so it's a bit of a confusing one, so I will be revisiting that one off stream. And there's Leave Me Alone we got in there, so that's just all the toxic plant. But we've also got the mushroom, and our mushroom enemy is this little guy here. Just looks like a typical mushroom. So his skills are Mushroom Mash. That's just a normal attack basically. All he does is bash into the player. So that's a really simple one. All we need is like a bashing sound effect that fits, sounds like a mushroom bashing into someone, I guess. And a little subtle animation, a bit of a subtle bash animation. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, does it, that? But if you've got any ideas, please say, because this is the time for I'll be talking about the skills now purely for the purpose of if anybody has any ideas, because this is a super creative time. Animations, battles for the skills. We can be really, really creative here. We can be super fancy if we want to, or we can be really basic. But it's just really interesting to see what people come up with. Spore Blast. Lower speed at the target. So Spore Blast, you just think spores, fungus spores. So really that's the first thing that comes into my head with that, and they'd just go toward, they'd be on the player, those little spores would, and there'd be like a little animation. So it's a sort of debuff if it lowers speed. And I suppose I imagine it as the spores get stuck on the player, and that's why he's slow. So it kind of fits the whole them lowering speed. Like a cloud of spores. Yeah, I'll put that. So Spore Blast. So yeah, cloud of spores that's on the player. Thank you, Kung. Oh my goodness, guys, how is it already 6 PM? My goodness me, I don't want stream to end yet. Let's get through these skills quickly before we have to finish up. Fungal Fury. That is a group attack. Literally, it's just the same as Mushroom Mash. They bash into the player, except they all do it together, all 3 of them. There has to be 3 on the field. So the goal is to kill the 3rd one so that they don't use it, but it's strong. It's a little bit stronger than Mushroom Mash. It's a bit of a bash with a bit more like power behind it, I guess. But it wouldn't be much different from how Mushroom Mash works in terms of animation and sound. Just a bit more fierce. Petal Slice. Seriously, for Petal Slice, all I imagine is a slice animation with a little petal maybe. Floating with that slash. That's kind of what I picture. Aromatherapy heals. That's a healing thing, and the flower uses it. So just your standard heal. Could just be simple there and use a standard heal animation, I guess. And like it would, I guess it's thinking of the colour of the heal that would fit with the flower and the name of that skill. And what sort of healing animation, because some healing animations different, aren't they? Some shine on you, some come underneath you. There's like a lot of different ways healing can be shown. Have a suggestion. Mushrooms have micelles. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. Okay, so I'm going to put that word in there as well, Kung, and I'll Google it to read more about that. Can we have roots that are entwined in that group attack? We could, but because we have, I'm not sure if you know, we actually do have a root attack here that the tree is going to use. So part of me thinks we should keep that exclusive to that, so it can be special when we get to it. But yeah, we will definitely be using roots for that for sure, considering it's called roots, has it in the name. So pollen puke, lowers attack of the target. Well, I just guess like puke, really, like vomit, except the colour of pollen. well, I'll have to probably go. What colour would suit that, would you reckon? Yellow? Have to think of a good colour for the puke. Needle sting. Yeah, that would be like a little prod, I guess. I'll have to look at the sting sort of animation, how that will look, because I've never been stung by anything before. But yeah, something like needle with a. So yeah, well, I'll think about that one. Just thought they could be entwined and that they could actually talk to each other through it. Yeah, I mean, I haven't found a root animation yet online. It's what I'm actually struggling to find. So unfortunately, if I can't, that this particular attack with the Earth AoE, Earth Element damage, might have to be changed slightly, the name of it at least anyway. Because I would love to have roots, but I am struggling to find an asset for it, so it might be hard if, you know what I mean, it might not even be possible for anything else. But we'll see. I'll take note of it. Not use roots on the player, just a thought. It can be difficult to be very specific, if you know what I mean. Sometimes we have to just work with what we've got and make the best of it. But it is very nice to be creative when we can be, when we have that option too, I suppose. Right, so the ominous drone, was it? Swarm, oh yes, that's cast an ally that's slightly weaker. That's quite simple. It literally just spawns another enemy. Could just be quite simple, really. I guess the sound, a bee swarm sound, could be good for that. Just what it says, I guess. Ominous drone, a bee drone, and a raise of attack power. It's just a simple animation, really. It just like flash or some sort of something like that. Deer charge, yeah, that I kind of was visioning like antlers and a bash, but we probably won't be able to be that detailed with the animation. But something that just looks like a deer bash, like any kind of animation that resembles that as closely as possible. A deer charge bash. Diseased bite, that could be similar to vicious chomp, I guess, just different. We've got a few bite animations, so I think that'll be one that will work for that. Retribution, can attacks if hit while having red eyes, and that's quite simple because it's a creative skill, but animation wise the eyes change colour, so it does that with that. But we could always still have a bit of an animation with it, I suppose. And then we just got our Stumpy Waddle, planning on making him have a slow walk because that would fit with the name. It wouldn't fit if he was super fast going to us. So a little waddle up to the player. Sticky fingers, something gooey, mapley colour, sticky maple on the player. And something that looks like it's coming from his fingers. Spoop, panda sneeze sound. That was already decided. He's going to do a little panda sneeze for Spoop, just for laughs. Runaway, thunderous bark. Thunderous bark's easy. Literally just a bark, a raw sound, with a sort of shout animation, I guess. And it stuns. So we'd have a sort of stun overlay on the character, something that shows that they are stunned. Similar to Sticky Fingers, I guess, because that's going to have the stun as well. And then it's just Protective Pancake, which we've talked about. And the Roots one, which if we don't find Roots, we might have to edit slightly and pick another Earth attack that does a similar job, but is different. So yeah, that's it. Those are the animations. And because we're coming up to the end of stream now, we've come to the end of stream. Rest of the day before tomorrow's stream, I will be working on these animations off stream, and the sounds. I'll be seeing if I can find any really cool ones, and whatever I do, I'll be showing you. I'll try and get as many done as possible, all going well. And I'm actually going to purposely save Stumpy and the Tree's Daddy for tomorrow's stream because it's Stumpy's special stream, his appreciation stream. So I'm just going to work on them 5, get those done. I might even have a mess about with some battle actions as well. Basically what that is the movement, how we handle the movement, just to make each have a unique touch to it. So, and I put all that in the note tags, that's how that works. So have a mess about with that too. And other than that, it's literally just the skill tree stuff for the player and getting the skill trees working in game with the skills, making sure that it's working fine and they unlock when they should, and then we'll add the skills the player skills to us, which are all down here. We'll put those down there at the bottom. So that'll be really exciting to do too. We'll only be doing the first 12 skills for now. For the player, we won't be doing any more than that. We'll expand those skills when we get to the next dungeon. So once that's all done, we can move on to something else then, which will be items, probably. Just to probably have a couple of streams talking about items, 1 or 2. And then really it's the next part of the story and the first boss. I mean, we might even do the next part of the story and the first boss before we do the item streams. We might do that after. It's whatever ends up working best, I guess. And so yeah, skills are taking a bit of time lately, but that's because it's a pretty big thing. It's a pretty important thing, and we want it to be quite... We don't want it to be messy. We don't want the battle system just to be some silly add-on that hasn't had any thought put into it. We want to make it fun. It's important. So even though it's the bit I'm less good at, probably my weakness, it's still something that's very important. So save. We're working on animations and sounds and battle actions tonight. Finish getting as many done as possible. Because we didn't really get to do many on stream. It's mainly been chatting as always, but we got Vicious Chomp done and we're happy with that. We're kind of working on the next one, and we've had a chat about some ideas for them, but now I'm gonna see if there's anybody online for us to give a raid to, chat. So I am going to give you the raid command. If anybody wants to join, that'd be great. Even if you can't hang around, doing the Rosemary Blood with an emote would be wonderful. To give the streamer much support as possible. And love. Thank you for the fun stream. Thank you, Juice. Thank you everyone for being here. I've had a fun stream. Especially rambling on about the chocolate industry, the sweets industry, and how bad it is. Okay, so... looking at who's on today. Oh, you know what? It's so quiet today. It must be because it's a special holiday day in the US. But we can definitely go and say hi to somebody different that we haven't raided before. Maybe. How about that? Hype, Stumpy stream. Yeah, tomorrow it's our 60th stream. Special stream, everybody. And it will be an appreciation stream for Stumpy. I'm going to try and make it a really special stream. So, sort of. It's going to be a lot of Stumpy hype. So, if it goes well, if it's fun, it's going to be something we do on a regular basis. The appreciation streams for future MVCs in the game and current ones. Just to give them all a bit of love, I guess. 60 is the new 50. Yay! So I'm going to drop us off at... I'll drop us off at Mia's stream. I was going to raid someone new, but I'm always very daunted by that. I'm still a shy one about raiding new people. But sometimes we might do it. We might just go in someone who we don't know stream one day. When I get brave. So Mia's somebody who's a friend, a very good friend. So she's somebody I like to raid, and she's playing some Warframe. And I'm sure some of you have met Mia because we often drop by her streams. We often give Mia a raid. So I will see you all tomorrow for Stumpy stream. Thank you for hanging out. You're all the best. See you tomorrow.